Love is light that's within me, shine to the whole world, whole world. Light, let the dawn of a new day bring understanding and love. Oh, inside, yeah, inside. Inside, bringing hope and make you feel alright.
Yes, that's the hope.
Rainbow, the promise, the future and life. Let the light that's within me shine to the whole world, whole world. Light, let the dawn of a new day bring understanding.
Longest time. I hope you're good. Yeah, new look. Yeah, you know. I hope you're good. It's been a while. I wasn't sure whether you see my invitations. Yes, it's been a while. You're welcome. Let's see. Please, let's share this live. I'm just going to do that as well. I hope we are good. Thank God for another week rounding up.
The promise, the future and life.
Yeah.
Let the light that's within me shine to the whole world, whole world. Let the dawn
It's always happening.
new day bring understanding and love.
Let's send to all our friends. I'm doing the same as well. As many people as you can. Click down on your screen and those names will pop up exactly what I'm doing. So I'm just pressing send to everybody. And probably one or two more people that I remember. I'll just send it to them so they be part of the talk today. Oh dear.
The promise, the future and life.
Thank you for liking the live already. Thank you, Yuda. Much blessings. Ify, wow, I thought you abandoned me here. You abandoned me on the streets of TikTok. Nah, how are you? Welcome, people. Thank you so much for always joining in. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I see you, Captain. I see you. Thank you. You're welcome. Abedi515. You are welcome. Yeah, I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes for more people to join in and then we can kick off for today. Interesting topic as usual. Another one again today. Thank you now for liking the live. Thank you. Bangaki, I see you. Thanks for joining. Now, I hope your day has been good. Yeah, today I did my power nap. Yes. That's why maybe, relaxed. Hopefully, it will last throughout the program. If I start snoring, Coco, you know what to do. Oh, thank you so much, Ify. I hope you are good. Thank you so much for your love. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the life. Mommy Kato 99, you are welcome. I hope you're going to stay for today. I really want to hear your views about this topic, especially today. In case you're wondering, yeah, please do stay till when I finish my talk so you can come into the box and you guys can enlighten us some more about this topic. Sisem Lot, I see you. Thanks for joining. I hope we are good. What did you say? I know what you want or what to achieve with this topic. Oh, you know. So you have to wait and share with us. Ify, I'm blessed, thanks. I hope you're doing well. Well, I thank God. I give God all the glory. Still alive and well, still breathing. Even TikTok is saying encourage your viewers to share your live and invite more friends. So I'm encouraging us, please. Click down, see all those names will pop up, and just press send, send, send to all of them. That's the fastest way. At least you get more than 20 names you can send to at once. So that is the fastest way, the easiest way. Tammy, I see you. Oh, thank you, Ify. Yeah, it's good to hear, of God's goodness in all our lives. We know each day comes with its own challenges, but yeah, like I said, where there is hope, where there is life, there is hope. So we have to just keep hope alive, and that's why I'm always coming back here on Inside, because I'm hopeful, and I'm sure to spread this hope to as many people all over the world. Josh, I see you. Oluwato Biamos, I want to believe that's how to call that. You're welcome. You're flying. Okay, you see. Oh no, don't fly around, Yuda. We really want to hear your contribution. You say see you later, so I hope to see you later. But I don't want you to miss the talk as well, so at least you can have some understanding of this topic today. But it's all good. I do understand. Yeah, it's fine. As long as you come back, we'll be fine. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Yes. So I'm going to be starting very soon. Please click down on the screen, send to all your friends. Let them be part of this talk today, especially your friends that are in a marriage relationship, that friend who just got engaged, that friend who's been shouting, oh, I'm in love, I'm in love. There's so many aspects of marriage they need to start considering, talking about before some of them walk down the aisle, or those who have walked down the aisle. There's some topics you have to really still talk about, especially in the early days, so that you and your spouse are on the same level. You have double screen. I'm not sure I understand that either. So, okay, you have to go back and come back in, maybe, I don't know. Fifi the Amazon, thank you for joining. I hope you're good. So guys, welcome to Insight with FunmiRoyal this beautiful Thursday, the day the Lord has made, and indeed we are going to rejoice and be glad in it. I've been rejoicing since morning, in my own way anyways. I just give God all the glory all the time, all the time, all the time. He alone is worthy of my praise. He's the reason I'm leaving, so I'm grateful. I'm sure you guys are as well. So welcome. I hope the week hasn't been too tedious, but don't worry, like I say, yay, Thursday is a good day because tomorrow is Friday, and then we can actually take a break yet again. Ibukun or Dosa, I see you, thanks for joining. Claire, how are you today? Pastor Gates, thanks for joining. I hope you're going to stay. Hang about, let's talk about this. Let's enlighten our people some more, because these are topics, we face in marriage. Some of us, it's like a shock. Some, it happens so abruptly and we're lost. We're wondering, oh, this wasn't what I signed up for in this marriage, but here we are. So let's start talking about these things in case, it's just like a way of preparing ourselves for the inevitable. So that way, when it comes, the shock is not like 100%, because your mind has been processing it, whether by way of talking about it or thinking about it. So these are things a marriage would face, whether intentionally, whether by mistake or accident, or whichever way it does happen. So the topic for today is very sensitive one. It's secrets in marriage. Secrets in marriage. Yes, let us talk about it here on Inside. I dare us to talk about this, because some homes are probably going through a very, very tough time because of this topic. But all hope is not lost. There is still hope. I believe in that strongly, because marriage has its ups and downs. But when we don't talk about things, that's where it becomes even a bigger issue than what it could be. So let us talk about it. Like I say, it's a free space here. Let's share our views together. Follow one another as well. I always forget to say that. Follow one another as well. People here are good people. Yes, people here are good people. So you can follow one another, give to one another, whatever you want to do, please. Feel free to do that here on Inside. So, secrets in marriage. I'm going to have to break it apart, because the moment people come in and they see on the screen secrets in marriage, they feel like, There's so many aspects to it. And even beyond what I'm going to say today. So some of you might be able to help us further today. So I'm going to go into the talk, and please, as usual, self-reflect. If you're in a marriage relationship, think about these things, because we're not just here for fun. We're here to help each other, or all of us, enjoy our marriages better. That is God's intention for a marriage relationship. And as usual, life do happen. Things happen. Should that be the end of that relationship? Should that be the end of that marriage? So let us talk about it. Let us talk about ways of coping. Let us talk about how to move forward so we can still enjoy our marriages. You and I know that all over the world, people are just divorcing in their thousands and all of that. But I'm so happy because people are getting married in their thousands as well. Maybe not as back in the day when I got married, but people are still getting married. So it's still good. And hopefully, the equation is kind of balanced, but I haven't done the research, so I wouldn't know. Ayurak, thanks for joining. Boomsy, I see you. Plus Kaka, you are welcome to Inside. So let's go into our talk today, and please listen, ponder on these things and what is your view. I really love to hear from you. And after the talk, one or two people speak, I'm going to bring my puzzle. You guys know I cannot do but bring my puzzle to kind of make us wind down a bit, because this topic is very crucial. And by the time we start talking, it might get heated up, and we just need something to calm down and laugh a bit before we round off for today. So if you know the answer to my puzzle is from last week, nobody got it. I love it when it's hard. Nobody got it, so nobody got the gift. So I'm bringing it back. I gave us a whole week to go and do our research on the question, and hopefully, fingers crossed, somebody's gonna get it today. Sissy, I see you. Ela 5, I see you. Belay, I see you. Thanks for joining. Thank you guys for joining. Thanks for helping to share this live. And also for the likes, we can take it up today. Let's see whether we'll hit like 25-30K likes today. Fingers crossed. So guys, today we're diving into a delicate and often controversial topic: secrets in marriage. Maybe I should bring some scary sound. I don't want to scare us, no. That's not the intention at all. God over everything, you're welcome. So it's very delicate. It's a very controversial topic, but we dare to talk about it here on Inside. Maki Khan, thanks for joining. Please help share this live to your friends as well. So when we think of a healthy marriage, we often picture two people who share everything: emotions, dreams, fears, and plans. But as many couples know, maintaining a balance between transparency and privacy is not always straightforward. Things happen, situations occur. Salima, welcome. All sorts happen. And if you're just joining in, secrets of in marriage is what we're talking about today. And are secrets ever acceptable in a marriage? Think about it for a second. Are secrets ever acceptable in a marriage? So what kind of secrets can harm a relationship? And when is it okay to keep something private or secret? Let's know. I'm just trying to be a bit civil so that I don't keep haunting us with the word secret. So these are the questions we're going to be exploring today. I hope this talk can shed some light on how to manage secrets in a way that promotes trust, respect, and understanding between partners. That's the whole idea. So that secret or whatever it is should not be the end of that marriage. It will only be the end of that marriage if you say so, if you allow it. Angela, thanks for joining. I see you. So let's go deep into this. I'm going to expand it some more, like I said, so we have a better understanding. At least you know what angle I'm coming from. So understanding secrets in marriage. So let's start by defining what we mean by secrets in the context of marriage. So in general, a secret is information that one person intentionally keeps from their partner. That's in general. So this can it can be or can range from a whole lot of things. Some seemingly minor details such as spending habits or frustrations to more significant issues like hidden debts, past relationships, or even infidelities. Yes. So not all secrets are equal, but secret is secret, and not all are harmful. You know, when I had to prepare this, I'm like, some secrets, that not all of them are harmful. I'm going to be sharing some examples here and there so we have a better understanding. But they do impact the dynamic of trust and openness between spouses. Males, thanks for joining. Please help share this live. Let your friend be part of our talk today. So why secrets arise in marriage? Why do we think it arises in marriage to start with? You know, let's talk about it. Secrets arise for a variety of reasons, so many thousand billion and one reasons, and it's helpful to understand some of the common ones so that way, you know, we still have some sort of understanding in case you haven't thought about it before. So why do we have secrets in a marriage relationship? First, I'm going to say desire for privacy. You know, every individual has a sense of self and may want to keep certain things private to themselves as part of maintaining their own identity. So they think, well, because my belief is your partner is like two have become one. You should not really keep anything secret, you know, no matter for whatever reason. That's my own belief, but I'm just going to put it out there because these are my findings that I'm sharing with us. So some people keep things to themselves, not to be deceptive, but simply to honor their personal space. Yeah. You might say, Fumi, that's gibberish. That's just a load of crap and all of that. Well, we're all entitled to our opinion. I like to keep it real. When I was preparing for this, these are the things I found out myself. I don't agree with all of it, but I just said to put it out there as well for food for thought. Again, another reason why people keep secret, why secrets arise in a marriage, is fear of conflict or rejection. So some the secrets are kept out of fear of the unknown, that if I say this to my spouse, oh, they might say, okay, out you go, I don't want you anymore. Or they might feel it will strain the relationship, it may never be the same again, for a lot of reasons, you know, because they're afraid they will not want to share whatever the secret is with their spouse. So partners may worry that certain truths can cause arguments, disappointment, or judgment even. So this fear can lead to withholding information they think will disrupt the harmony they're enjoying in that home. So they would keep the secret. Blessing Olori, thanks for joining. Thank you so much. Help share this live, please. As you're liking, please help share the live as well. Again, another reason is avoiding responsibility or guilt. So when someone feels ashamed of an action or decision they've made, it may seem easier to keep it a secret rather than face the consequences. So this is often the case with issues like financial mismanagement, mistakes, you know, or past indiscretions that is probably coming today to haunt you as a person, and you don't feel the need to share with your spouse because you feel, oh, maybe these were consequences of things you've done in the past before you got married. You want to face it alone, so you just keep that secret and face it alone. But you and I know that there's no I in marriage. It's now we, us. You know, so be mindful, think about it. So you have to face the consequences at some point. But sometimes the longer we leave it a secret, the bigger it's going to explode and even spoil things some more. So it's your choice whether you say it now or you say it later when things will, you know, really be bad. Hearts, Mers, I see you. So another thing that would cause people to keep secret in their marriage is protecting the partner's feelings. Sometimes people keep secrets out of a desire to protect their spouse from pain. And I'm going to share one example I really want us to pay attention to. And like I said, I'm not promoting secrets in marriage, but I'm telling us why people would keep secret in a marriage. People keep secret out of a desire to protect their spouse from pain. For example, because I was sharing with a friend the other day, and I said, you might think, oh, it's not good to keep secret, but what if you're shielding your partner from pain? Look at this example I'm going to share with us. So this spouse or this couple, their life is good and all of that. And I'm not gender biased, but I just have to pick one of them so that you can have a better understanding of what I'm about to analyze to you. An example. So the mother of the wife has been feeling poorly, and they've been praying and all of that. The mother has been going from one hospital to another. They're hoping she'll get better, and then all of a sudden, they're not in the same country, so it makes it even harder. So she's always on the call, calling the siblings, calling everyone to find out, is mom still okay? Is mom still good? Da da da. Is she getting better? And all of a sudden, her phone rings, and they just called her to say, unfortunately, mom just passed. Okay? That is not a good thing anyone wants to hear. No matter how old your parent gets, you don't want them to pass, but these things happen. And that was a big shock. Like, first she's not in the same country with her, and now she's just got the call, she's passed. You can imagine the state she's going to be in. On the other hand, the husband, a day before, went to the hospital. He's been feeling somehow, and the husband went to the hospital just to get some tests done. And then, the day before the mother-in-law passed, the husband got the news that he's got terminal cancer or some terminal diseases. And now he's gathering himself from the shock to tell the wife, this is what the doctor said. And that's supposed to be the next day. And the next day, the wife got a call, the mom died. So tell me, who in their right senses will just say, oh, your mom just died. By the way, my doctor said I'm going to die as well soon, or I've got this terminal disease. You be the judge of that. What do you reckon? Should that man, the very day they've told the wife the mother passed away, should he just come and launch to her and say, guess what, the doctor said yesterday, I've got this terminal disease? I think this man will want to keep it a secret just for the wife to recover from the shock she's just experiencing. So you be the judge of that. So protecting the partner's feelings might bring about keeping secrets. How long he's going to keep that for, it will depend on the wife's state of mind. So it could linger, because when you lose someone, they're dead and gone. People react differently to this kind of shock, to this kind of news. So he would have to be the judge of, when should I tell her this bad news as well? So he might have to keep it for a while, just so that the wife recovers from the loss. So he would have to keep a secret. I don't know, what is your take about that example? So he wants to protect his wife, so he's going to have to keep that a secret for the time being. So they may choose not to share the difficult information, thinking that ignorance will prevent the hurt. Whichever way, it's not a good news. And good news, I don't know, is good. Not good news is not good news. So whichever way, he would have to still spit it out at some point, because if the symptoms start showing, or if he gets even sicker or whatever and all of that, she'll be wondering, what's wrong with you, and why didn't you tell me? So there is never a good, in that kind of scenario, it's hard. It's really, really hard. So you can imagine why some people would keep secrets in a marriage relationship. But that is the extreme case. So like I said, guys, I'm not condoning people keeping secrets, so don't get me wrong. The last point I'm going to mention, why people keep secret in their marriage, is lack of communication skills. So some secrets arise simply because people don't know how to communicate certain thoughts or feelings effectively. It just always comes out wrong, or your spouse will misunderstand or mishear you or something, So the spouse you have, that this thing is so big, there is no way you are going to share it. Knowing your spouse very well is not going to end well. So you just keep it to yourself, because you don't know how to communicate it to your spouse. So they will want to share, but struggle to find the right words or the right moment, leading them to remain silent instead. So they will just keep that secret, and hopefully they will be keeping their fingers crossed that one day maybe my spouse will be in a very, 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 very extremely good mood, and then they'll just find the word somehow. But you and I know that secrets does not promote that oneness in marriage. So you have to make up your mind what you do. So another aspect I want to talk about is the impact of secrets on a marriage. The impact of secret, because it has some negative impact. I don't think, well, apart from maybe the extreme example I've just given, there's some impacts, and it's not really good ones, in a marriage. So let's examine how secrets can affect a marriage, whether big or small. Secrets influences trust, intimacy, and communication. How, you're asking? I will tell you. Ato, good evening, brother. How are you? You're welcome. I hope you're good. So let us look at how secrets impact a marriage relationship. The first is eroding trust. It's going to erode the trust you have for each other. Whoever is keeping the secret, whoever is sharing the secret, you know that it's going to erode whatever level of trust you have. So trust is the bedrock of any marriage. Even small secrets, when discovered, can create cracks in that foundation. Things may just never ever be the same. Not that, it goes so bad, but there's something that's just gone missing just because of that, whether it's a small secret or it's a big secret or whatever it is. So if one partner feels deceived, it can be difficult to rebuild trust, even if the secret was minor or had good intentions behind it. They just feel like you just chipped away some level of trust that they have for you. Laraba, I see you. Thanks for joining. Please help share this live to your friends. Let all your followers be part of this, because we need to hear this, especially the married ones, the one aspiring to get married, the one that are in a marriage relationship, or the one that just got engaged. Let them come. Let's sit and talk about these things, because here we want to promote marriage relationships, and we always talk about things that can affect that growth, that love, that understanding, all of those goodness of marriage. Let us talk about it so we can avoid it as much as possible. We're not perfect, but we will try. You and I promise to try, so that our spouses will enjoy us and we will enjoy our spouses as well. Thanks now for liking the live. So second aspect is creating distance. When a secret in that marriage relationship is going to create distance. So when we withhold part of ourselves, we create emotional distance with our spouses. And over time, a lack of openness can make partners feel disconnected, as if they don't fully know each other. Because all of a sudden, you're just feeling somehow, it's like my partner is keeping something, and then probably you two, you're afraid to ask, is there anything you want to tell me? No matter how bad, no matter how good, please just tell me, I'm feeling this or that. Some spouse will be like, no, I don't. Let's just not rock the boat. Everything is smooth. Let's just go with the flow. So this distance can damage intimacy and make it hard to feel truly close to your spouse. So don't say disconnected. Don't create any distance by keeping that secret. A marriage relationship is supposed to feel this connection. So when you keep secrets, it will break that connection. So make up your mind today. And one thing you guys don't even know is, when you spill the secret, of course it's not going to be good the first time and all of that, but it will eventually bring you guys closer together. Because at some point, when your spouse has gotten over it, they'll feel, oh, for my spouse to even tell me this, I really feel connected, more connected with them, even though it's a not a good thing, but you just feel like, okay, that means they're okay enough to tell me anything. So that can also build some level of connection. Again, that's only if you spill it out. So again, it can build resentment. If you keep secrets in that marriage, it can build resentment over time, or in the time that you're keeping it. Secrets can lead to resentment, especially if one partner feels betrayed. Learning that information has been withheld can foster feelings of anger, betrayal, and disappointment, which can build up over time, just like I've said. So if you don't want resentment to build, especially maybe when your partner is suspecting something and they're even bold enough to face you and want to talk about it, they're feeling something you're keeping or you're hiding something, and they now face you to want to have this conversation, and you know the truth, but you're shying or running away from it. Once they start suspecting, there is something that has shifted already. So if you don't want everything to shift to the negative, it's best when they bring that talk on, just face it head on. It's going to be hard whichever way. Just face it. Now that your partner is in that space of mind, they're ready to talk about whatever they feel you're hiding. Just go there with them and don't be in denial. Don't shy away from it. I know it's tough, it's hard, it's going to be this, but you have to face it regardless. So help your spouse so that, you know, that resentment doesn't keep building up. Because when they come and approach you the first time, they feel you're keeping something. I say, oh, no, everything is fine. They're watching, and then they'll give you some time, and it's like it's not getting better, this feeling they're having, and then they approach you again, and you're like, oh no, hey. But the third time, you will not like what your spouse will give you. So please don't just string them along and telling them lies, everything is okay. Just spill it out already. Please. Then the fourth thing I'll mention is increasing anxiety and stress. That is what secret does to a marriage relationship. The act of keeping secret is often stressful. Even you that you're keeping the secrets, you have sleepless night, you're jumpy, you're anxious, you're stressed, and all of that. And here is a partner you're supposed to share everything with, till death do you part, and all of that, and you're still keeping secrets. And then when they say something, your mind is pounding like, do they know? Are they aware? Oh, this and that. And you don't have peace. Oh my God, why are you doing that to yourself? Free yourself already. Face it head on. You will feel a lot better, I'm telling you. The situation might go worse or bad, but you'll feel better because you've let it out rather than bottle it in and be watching left, right, and oh my God, that's even more stressful. So the person holding the secret may feel anxiety over the possibility of it being discovered. I know. Now said the physical and psychological stress on the body is not healthy at all. Some people may even have mini stroke because they've bottled that thing. Some people, their high blood pressure would go up. T Bella, thanks for joining. So all of those things, it affects your health, I'm telling you. And there's your spouse sleeping away because they don't know what you're hiding. So if you don't want to, don't let me even go to the extreme case, but at least you guys have an idea of what we're talking about. Anxiety, stress, depression, even loneliness, and all of that may set in. A whole lot of things can set in. So they may also struggle with guilt. You're feeling guilty because you know you're hiding something from your spouse, especially if they know that you're hiding the truth, and this will impact your partner in a very grievous way. So save them the pain already and just, you know, find a time, face it head on, handle it, and move on from there. Everything will take time because your spouse might take months to heal from whatever secrets you're sharing with them, or it could take weeks, it could even take years, guys. But at least you've said it out there and they know you're not keeping any more secrets. Just find a way of working, you know, and rebuilding. That's what all it means. The last one I'm going to mention is undermining communication. How else do you want to tell your spouse? And when we talk about communication, it could be in various ways, you know. If you're too afraid to face them face to face, not that you're shying away. How else would your spouse, you know, communicate with you? Sometimes you may have to handwrite a letter, a long letter, and just leave it by the table side or something. You know, you want to talk, but you don't want the wrong words to come out. So sometimes when you put your thoughts down or whatever it is, write it down as best as possible. You know, I always say use the sandwich approach. Start with the good things about your spouse. In the middle, put the main secret you want to share, and towards the end, just tell them how much you love them, how much you know that is, you know, they may feel disappointed in you, Papa, but you still love them, and you just can't carry this burden alone, and that's why you feel the need to share with them. You don't want them to mishear you. That's why you had to write it down. Just, you know, be open and honest as possible. Keeping secrets, especially on important topics, undermines this communication we're talking about. So without transparency, it becomes challenging to build a solid foundation of understanding and cooperation. I mean, what would your spouse help you with when they don't even know, when you're hiding stuff? Because these things, you're still going to go through it together, except you're ready to take it to your grave. That means you're ready to be anxious till you go to your, because these things, you're still going to go through it together, except you're ready to take it to your grave. That means you're ready to be anxious till you go to your grave. You're ready to be stressed all the time. For 70 years. I don't know how you want to survive that. And who knows, more secrets might even come up along the way. And you're holding on to one and more is, how do you want to do? You don't want to explode. That's why sometimes you hear some people sleep and they don't wake up because it was too much on the body, and the heart just gives up because it's been overworking and all of that. So I mean, that's just in extreme cases, but we're not going to do that, are we? Reconsider after hearing this on Insight today. If there's any secret you feel the need to share with your spouse, find the best time, the best moment, and just go on ahead. If you have to pray before you share it so that God will soften their heart, it will not hit, you know. I don't know how else to say this, but I'm sure you guys understand. I am JB. Thanks for joining. So another aspect quickly I want to mention is, are there acceptable secrets in marriage? Are there acceptable secrets in marriage? Remember the example I gave for those who are just joining. I gave one example before. Maybe I'll repeat that before I round up again. But let's talk about it. Are there acceptable secrets in marriage? Maybe there's some secrets that is just acceptable. Like I said, I don't condone secrets. Whether it's acceptable or not, let your spouse be the judge of that. That's my take anyways. So while secrets can be harmful, not every piece of information needs to be shared. This is what I gathered, okay? So in fact, there are some situations where keeping certain things private can be healthy or beneficial. The example I gave of a spouse who was diagnosed with a terminal disease and then got home the next day, the wife's mother died, and he was planning how he was going to even tell the wife, this is what the doctor said yesterday, but now he just found out that the wife's mother is dead, she's in a state. Would he now just launch that on her? So maybe that is an acceptable secret. That is an extreme example which I've given. So let's look at it. Are there acceptable secrets in marriage? First is personal thoughts and feelings. So everyone has internal thoughts and feelings that they may not be ready to or willing to share. Not that they will never, ever, ever share. Maybe not just the right time or whatever. So for instance, a fleeting frustration or doubt may not always need to be voiced. Maybe it's you that, you have to deal with it. You have to, talk to yourself about it and learn to deal with that instead of just saying it. So it's not like your keeping secret is acceptable because you're trying to manage it as best as possible. So it's your thing to deal with as such. Okay, it just simply says you're respecting each other's inner lives, and this can foster respect and independence. Maybe much later you're in a good space, they're in a good space, and you just share, oh, guess what, I've been meaning to even tell you this, but I just said, let me deal with it first. It's not really like a secret as such, but this was how I was feeling about this thing or whatever, and you can just say it out. So this can, your spouse will even respect you that, maybe it's a good thing you didn't bring it up then, because that time I was in a state of mind, I would have just messed things up. Thank you. So your spouse might even say thank you for holding that in. So these are, one-off-ish situations, not like everyday occurrence. In Mojisola, I see you. Again, small, harmless surprises. You have to keep surprises a secret. Some secrets like planning a birthday surprise. So you see, some secrets are acceptable. So planning a birthday surprise or a special trip are positive and enhance the relationship. So there you go. In case you're thinking, for me, what secrets can we keep now? Yeah, a birthday surprise. You want to surprise your spouse, so you have to keep that secret so that she doesn't have a clue or he doesn't have a clue you're planning that. So these are secrets of a temporary nature. Eventually they will know anyways, because they have to attend the party. So, and this is meant to bring joy to your partner. So keeping these particular secrets at the end of the day is meant to be something positive. So imagine your spouse, you just say, I know, my dear, it's been a long time, or this birthday, I just feel both of us should just go to this, I found this hotel, it's nice. Meanwhile, you've planned everything, the hotel was ready, the cakes, the balloons, even her dress, you made it. She didn't have a clue. And then you got to be like, I just want us to have special dinner. We haven't done this before. So I made you a dress. Oh, she was surprised. Oh, you made me a dress? Not knowing that that's just the beginning of the whole surprise, And then especially spouses who know that their spouse does not even think about birthdays. In fact, the thing will come and go and say, I'm sorry, I thought it's next week. Those kind of men or women that they will not remember. So now imagine such a person doing this big secret, and you didn't even have a clue. And then you'd get dressed for dinner, and so it's downstairs, we'll just go have dinner. I ordered champagne or something. And you enter the room, everybody, your friends, family were there already. Surprise! You know what I'm talking about. And if I should nearly pass out from the joy, like, you, this person, that you even forget birthdays. You planned all this and I didn't have a clue. So that secret is harmless, guys. So we can keep such secret. Again, the third one is respecting others' confidentiality. So sometimes people keep secret to respect confidentiality of friends or family member. And your spouse is your family as well. So it may be that you know something that could be embarrassing to them, and you just have to keep it a secret so that you don't make them feel judged or whatever. It's a good thing you're doing, I guess. So if a friend confides in you, for example, extending to other people as well, it's generally acceptable to keep that confidence unless it directly impacts your own marriage. So it could even be a friend, acceptable. We're talking about acceptable secrets in a marriage relationship, in a relationship as it were. So that is a good thing because this is confidence. I love my husband, he loves me, but my friend has just confided in me about something, so I have to keep their secret. It has nothing to do with my husband, so I have to keep that secret. So it's not like I'm keeping secret from my husband that he's meant to know. This is confidentiality we're talking about, so let's not cross the line, please. Then again, the last one I'm going to mention is processing emotions independently. So sometimes it's wise to take time to process emotion, especially if they're complex or conflicting. So for example, someone is going through grief or a personal struggle, might need time to understand their feelings before sharing them with you. I don't know whether this one counts, for women going through menopausal phase, their bodies, all over the place. They're trying to even understand themselves and they don't want to alarm their partner, so they're still trying to understand what's happening for them. And these things takes time, I'm telling you. I remember the first time I had my hot flush, as they say, was when I was 2 weeks to my 40th birthday. I was at work and the AC was on. I was just feeling so hot. I had to pull my jumper. I'm like, oh my God. I didn't know what that meant. It was later when I spoke with my doctor, it was just laughing. I said, oh, I had my first hot flush before 40. Oh my God. And they said, don't worry, there's loads to come. I'm like, oh, I don't want that. One off, yeah, okay. What an experience. Okay, that's good, but but I doubt if I even told my husband that or whatever. But years later, trust me, he was the one to even tell me what is going on there, Missy. Anyway, that's just an aside. So sometimes you might just want to process the emotions independently, so you keep things away. That is acceptable, like I said. And with time, when you're okay to share, you can share with your spouse. It's not something that's going to harm them. Yeah, it surely does count. Oh, okay. Angel, don't go away. Please stay so that you can come into the box and share more on your submissions. I want to hear more from people today. And like I say, I don't have all the answers. I had to, go up here and there, put this together. I have my own personal thing about every topic. And you might agree with me, you might not. It doesn't matter. We all share our opinion anyways. So harmful secrets and their consequences. This is the cocoa of the matter, as my people would say. So on the other hand, certain types of secrets can be destructive and should generally be avoided in a marriage. This include financial secrecy. Money can be a major source of conflict in marriages. You and I know that. So hiding your debts, significant purchases, they would know, your spouse will know. So you can't keep that a secret. Or financial struggles is one of the most common and damaging secrets that breaks up a marriage relationship. So financial transparency is essential for making joint decisions and setting a foundation of mutual trust. You have a joint account you've been saving for years and years, and you just dip your hand into because oh, my spouse trusts me, I trust them, oh, they're okay, they know I'm good. You just put your hand in there. You've gone to buy a car of £30,000. That's what readily came to mind. How can you remove 30,000 pounds from the account and you think your spouse will not know? Even if they're not the type that's always going, to look and all of that, at some point that is a secret. And that decision should have been a joint decision in the first place. It's not that they're going to choose the car you want to buy, but you both have to sit down and talk about it. This is what I feel to do now because of this reason or what that reason. And your spouse might help check you. I love your life. You're brilliant. Oh, thank you, Angel. Thank you. I'm just sharing. Thank you for that. So you can't just do that because you don't want your spouse to do that. Yeah? They say, treat others as you love to be treated. Do unto others as you wish them do unto you. Because if your spouse does that, you expect that, my dear, we didn't talk about this. Is it a priority now? Even if we can afford it, you have to talk about why it is essential at the moment. Don't just do it. And then it's when they come to deliver the car, your spouse is wondering, did somebody give you a gift? And they're lost. They don't even know. And you're saying, oh, I just bought me a car. 30,000 pounds. Are you okay? Anyway, so you get the gist anyways. So those are harmful secrets that can break up that marriage. I'm telling you, when it comes to finances, both of you have been working hard and then somebody just decides to spend anyhow. No, let's not do that to our spouses. Be wise in your spending. Make joint decisions, please. Then again, infidelity and emotional affairs. These are secrets you do not want to keep. Midlife crisis. Oh, tell me about it. Infidelity, emotional affairs, you don't want to keep. These things have their way of coming out. It's like smoke. It will come out. People will see. Not just even your spouse. So the earlier you can face that consequences by telling them that secret you've been hiding. Secrets related to romantic or emotional relationships outside the marriage can be especially damaging. A whole lot of marriages have broken up because of this secret. Keeping infidelity, emotional affairs away from your spouse and you think you can get away with it forever. My culture, there's this saying that if the lie goes on for 20 years, just one day the truth will come out. One day. So 20 years, you can enjoy life for 20 years keeping secrets. But that one day, you just break what you have in your marriage. So infidelity, whether physical or emotional, often shatters trust and can be extremely difficult to overcome. Because it's your spouse, they've put their whole life in your hands. You've put your whole life in their hands. When you, oh my God, you're like nothing can come in between you and your spouse. And God knows whatever happened. It could be a one-time mistake. It could just be that affair. This person may be a colleague or whatever the situation. And then infidelity, something happens, this emotional connection with them. And before you know, oh my God, you're planning secret getaways and things like that. One day, your spouse will notice something. And then, no, that will not really end too well. Especially when you know your spouse cannot joke with you. So you don't want to hurt them in that way. So don't keep that secret. Please find a way to tell them. Let them hear from you rather than going to hear that secret from outside. That will kill them, I'm telling you guys, please. Again, health secrets. Keeping significant health issues from a partner, whether physical or mental, can lead to serious consequences. Serious consequences. Marriages are broken down because of this. You might feel, I thought you'd be understanding. You're meant to look after me when I'm not well done. But you've kept a secret. You've been nursing that. They didn't have a clue. They're just living life. And all of a sudden, maybe you just took ill. They quickly called the doctors, come and check on you. And the doctor didn't know you hadn't told your spouse. And the doctor just said, oh, by the way, the symptoms of that thing he's suffering from. And your spouse said, suffering from what exactly? And the doctor felt, because he just assumed you've told your spouse. And there you go. The secret is out. And your spouse would have to really comport themselves to pretend like they've heard before so that you don't air your dirty linen where the doctor is concerned, And then once the doctor leaves, somebody will have to play the drum because you will have to dance to the tune. It's not funny, guys, but you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, You see, that happens a lot. But why should that happen? And there's some terrible situations where a guy will propose to a girl, say, I do, and the girl will not disclose she's got HIV or she's got something because it's not written, she's on medication, she's taking care of herself, she looks good, and all of that. And you say, I do, you after wedding, after wedding, you now come and be telling them that on the honeymoon. How cruel is that? Or it's people who have been in marriages for so long, and because of infidelity, affair, you've gone to God knows who, and they've passed something on to you, and you didn't know, and you now pass it to your spouse. And they're feeling sick, and they went to the doctors, and the doctor is telling them they've got HIV or they've got some disease, and they're like, from where to where? And then you go home and say, my dear, look at what the doctor said. They say I've got HIV. The man's heart will beat like, hey, I hope it's not me. And then he will secretly, he will not tell because he's still keeping secret. He will go and quickly do the check. In fact, 24-hour response check. And we find out that he's got HIV like positive, like capital letter. And he will know, could he be this person I had an affair with? Could he be that other lady? Now he's guessing, he doesn't even know. And yet you're portraying to be a faithful husband, a faithful wife. And then this has happened. You've brought this to your infidelity. Your secret now is affecting your spouse. Guys, I've heard this 1,000,001 times. It's not fair on either of you. It's not fair to keep such a thing. And the worst part is sometimes these people who are having an affair may not even know. They've carried something from God knows who to come and give to their spouse at home. So please, let's be mindful of our health where secret is concerned. If you're not even mindful of your own, be mindful of your spouses. You don't want to be the cause of their untimely death. Please. These things are very important. So when one partner is unaware of the other one's health concerns, they are unable to provide support or plan for the future together. Big Sugar, I see you. So these things, some diseases will come as a result of infidelity, and some will not give you years to plan life. It will just be so abrupt. You just carry some disease just like that. And then it's bad enough you're going to die. Now you've passed it on to your spouse and they're going to die at some point. And then what happens to your children? So these things, it's very grievous. It damages lives, not just your own. So be careful of the secrets you keep. Be careful of how you behave. Genotype is another issue. Oh my God. Now, don't get me started on that. Some don't even know. And then when they're asking, oh, I'm AA. I think I'm AA. I'm AA. Hey, be sure about these things so that you don't just bring these children into the world to come and suffer for no reason. Please be mindful of health secrets you keep. Check yourself. In fact, I love some churches these days. Before you get married, the moment you tell the church you're getting married, there's some forms you have to fill. There's some tests you have to do. In fact, the girl, she would do pregnancy tests before the marriage. Initially, I'm like, what's their business? But then, you want to get married in the church, you're supposed to remain, apart and all of that. No play, what before wedding. And they were strict about it. So before the girl will go on that altar and walk down that altar, you have to do pregnancy tests. They will check whether you're pregnant or not. If you're pregnant, they will tell you they can't wed you in the church. Just go to registry. Some churches are that strict. So there's no point hiding anything because it will come out eventually. And then when it comes out forcefully, it destroys lives. Guys, let's be mindful. The last one I'm going to mention, because I'm looking at the time, is major life decisions. Making significant life decisions like changing your jobs. Hi, Prince Cheesy. You're welcome. Moving or making large purchases without consulting your partner is often a breach of trust. Major decision impacts both partners and should be made jointly. I've heard of cases where couples have broken up because one spouse is building in Nigeria somewhere and the other spouse is not aware. They're both working hard. So when the spouse says, we need money to do, say, I don't have money, but you're sending money home to build this mansion in Nigeria and you're not telling your spouse. And eventually, maybe you've offended one of the person that is working for you back there and they know your husband. They will just call your husband and pepper you. And they say, guess what? Your wife is building so I'm right in front of the house. I'm the one doing this. And the person will be in shock like, I'm telling you, you look the male and might. Oh, thank you. So you can imagine such a secret. It can break up a marriage relationship. You don't know how your spouse is going to react to something, most especially when they don't hear that secret from you. If they hear the secret from somebody else, it's even more painful. So be careful how you treat your spouse. Again, lastly, I want to believe is building a foundation of openness and respect. That is the way forward. You know, we just have to do this. Sometimes it could be challenging, but let's put in the effort regardless. So, how can couples navigate the delicate balance between transparency and privacy? There's so many ways. I'm going to mention a few. Painful because of the betrayal. I know, it's very painful. Oh my goodness. It's one thing you coming to tell me you've done this. It's another thing you keeping it. And then somebody that I don't know from nowhere just comes to tell me this. And I confront you and you start blabbing, you start speaking in tongues. Hey, my own tongue will be fire. It is well. But let's look at way forward, really. Building a foundation of openness and respect. Establish open communication. I know now, it's not funny. This one is serious but funny, as they say. Make it a priority to communicate openly and regularly. Small secrets, big secrets, tiny secrets, minute secrets. Just say it so that it no longer is a secret. Set aside time to talk about your day, your challenges, and your feelings. By building a habit of openness, partners can establish a sense of trust and reduce the temptation to keep secrets. If you're the type you're open, you come back to this, say, guess what? Hey, my dear husband, there's this guy at work who he's just been telling me nice things, saying this. I think he's flirting with me. You know, when you're saying it out in the open, you will not be nursing those ideas. Oh, not again. 1 second, people. TikTok want me to identify myself, or I am not a robot, so you can see me moving. I'm filming here. You know, and you say to him, I don't know, how do you think I should tackle this guy? Because I don't know why he's getting the wrong impression. I have my wedding band, everybody call me Mrs. Whatever, and still he's still having ideas. You know, we'll talk about it, laugh about it, and say, you know what, next time they come, tell them this or do that. And if he doesn't get it, you might have to escalate. You know, talk about these things with your spouse so that it's not a secret. Not that you're nursing it. You know that this person is disturbing you. You'll be nursing it and you almost want to talk. You keep it. Say, oh, because nothing has happened, it's still okay. You're looking for trouble. Queen, thanks for joining. You're looking for trouble. So always cultivate a habit to share things with your spouse. Don't hide anything. And sometimes you might not even know. Your spouse will pinpoint that, you know, this, this, be careful, or this and that. So always find time to do that with your spouse. It's interesting to discuss such if the spouse is thoughtful and calm. Oh, Pastor Gids, please make sure you wait. I'm rounding up soon so that you can come up and expand that. So if your spouse is not a calm person, you should keep secrets. Is that what you're telling me? I might be getting it wrong, so I really want to understand your submission there, please. Again, be honest, even when it's difficult. Hey, that's most times you should be honest when it's difficult. Honesty isn't always easy, especially when sharing something that may be hurtful or disappointing. Openness and transparency are key. Yes, no, that is it. So, but approaching these conversations with empathy, patience, and sensitivity can make a significant difference. For example, the grievous one, you're going to have an affair with whoever. There is no easy way of telling your spouse this, but you have to be so empathetic when you're telling them this and be ready to hold them and shield them from the pain, the shock, and all of that. Don't just tell them and say, and they're reacting and like, get over it already after I've told you. If things were to be the other way around, would you like your spouse to tell you that way, or to empathize with you like that? So let's be mindful, please. Let us be mindful, be empathetic, be patient towards your spouse's sensitivity to whatever you're telling them. Again, set boundaries and respect privacy. So it's okay to have personal boundaries in marriage. Like I said, you know, sometimes there's always a thin line. Establish what each partner considers private or personal, and honor those boundaries, but not like infidelity, not like keeping certain secrets that will harm your spouse. That's not the one I'm talking about. So for example, one person may feel it's okay to keep a personal private journal, while another may prefer that all finances be shared openly. So it depends. And even this journal that is private, God forbid anything happens to you, your spouse is still coming to read it. So I don't know why you keep that secret. That is my own take anyways. I just said to put that out there. Again, check in regularly. Check-ins regularly with your spouse is a very good way to ensure you and your partner are aligned and comfortable with the level of openness in your relationship. Just like the example I gave, if I come to my husband and say that, and maybe who knows, in 2 months time I say, I guess this other person, even your husband will wonder, these people want to snatch my wife. Oh, are you sure I won't come to that your office one of these days? You laugh about it, talk about it, share about it. So check-ins regularly. And you're the spouse that your spouse have just said this to you. Don't just look away. From time to time, check in. Oh, my dear, by the way, that guy disturbing you at work, are they still disturbing you? Where are you guys in that now? I say, oh, I think the person was just crazy or something at that time. In fact, I barely even saw him again. And be truthful if that is the case. And if that person has been persistent, disturbing you, and your spouse brings it up, please tell them at that time. Don't be keeping stuff, because that's when it gets bigger unnecessarily. So just let it out. Okay, this can be weekly conversations or monthly reflections where you share what's been on your mind and ensure nothing important is left unsaid. Say it, even if you feel it's not important, just say it, because you don't know what your spouse might count important as well. So another one is seek support if needed. Some secrets are so complex and difficult to discuss that couples they might need to take advantage of a professional support. If you know your spouse, especially when it's something you have never done before and it's so grievous, you know how they're going to react. So you might have to bring an elder who they love and respect to come and be your support when you're sharing that secret or whatever it is. So don't shy away from things like that, because that might be the safest way to go about sharing that secret. So marriage counselors are also there, or therapists. They can help couples navigate these conversations. They can help them to rebuild trust and help them to develop strategies for better communication. And lastly is encourage compassion and forgiveness. So mistakes do happen, I get it. And sometimes partner may keep secrets with good intentions or out of fear, like I said earlier. So cultivating compassion and forgiveness is key to healing and moving forward. You feel pain, you feel hurt because you love your spouse. At some point, you have to forgive them. You have to look past that. You may not still want to have anything to do with them at the moment. They understand, they're patient with you, they're compassionate towards you because they know they've wronged you. So give each other time to heal, give each other time to get to that place of moving on. So don't just be, are you still here? You're still mopping over this one. No, don't go doing that. It's not going to help anything. In fact, it's going to make things worse. So be careful what you say. So my final thought is on striving for transparency and balance. So in the end, secrets in marriage are often about balance. While we may all have a right to privacy, the best marriages are those where partners feel comfortable being their true self and sharing their lives openly. I want to sleep. So sometimes I get 3 hours sleep. I really want to enjoy that 3 hours. Not that I'll be thinking, hey, I've not told my spouse this. Hey, before I know that 3 hours, now 1.5 hours is gone already. And I'll be like, and I have to function well at work. I have to do this. And then before you know, only 30 minutes sleep every day like that. You want to kill yourself, please. Please strive hard. Okay, strive for transparency, honesty, and respect. Foster a bond that strengthens the relationship over time. So ultimately, secrets and privacy must be managed with consideration and love. Marriage is a partnership, guys. And in that partnership, the ultimate goal should always be to build a life of trust, openness, and connection. So I hope the exploration today about keeping secrets in marriage has touched some nerves or something in you, in case you're the one that is even keeping the secret, please don't keep it for too long. Find the right time, find the right space, call your partner, talk about these things, face the consequences, and help each other to heal again. And I hope what I've said, even beyond that, serves as a guide for creating deeper, more trusting, and more fulfilling marriage relationship. That is my hope, really, of coming to this topic. One question I'm going to ask us today is, are couples meant to keep secrets in their marriage? Are couples meant to keep secrets in their marriage? Thank you.
The promise, the future, and life. Let this light that's within me shine to the whole world, whole world. Light, let the dawn
Ugosi Mba, I see you.
bring understanding.
Thank you, Abimbola. I see you. Thanks for joining. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Thank you. You know, we're meant to take the likes up to 25k today, so we're going to try. So that is my own talk about the secrets in marriage, and I know there's some other aspects that I didn't get to go to, but you can see I've even spoken at length, and I can't cover it even if you gave me a whole day to talk about these things. So please send an invite. What is your take about this topic? Let us expand it some more. Let us help our brothers, our sisters out there to not keep secrets in their marriages, no matter how difficult. It really doesn't build a marriage relationship, because in the long run, this truth or these secrets will always come out, and sometimes it comes out even worse than it is, especially when it's been kept for so long. And then, you know, it can affect your health if you're the one keeping it, and all of that stress, anxiety, sleeplessness, and a whole bunch of things I've mentioned today. So guys, send an invite. Let us talk more about this topic, at least before I bring my puzzle back today. So let's see who is there. Oh wow, Pastor Gidzia, thank you for staying, because I really want to hear from you. Thank you, Nam. God will help me. You know what I mean by that. Thank you so much. Please send an invite. Let us talk more about this. It's a safe space to do this, and hopefully we will learn, you know, from one another, so we can do better by our spouses. It's very important. Yuda, welcome. Let me see who else is there. Go Simba, I want to hear from you today. And Pastor Gates, please, you have to come up, because you made a statement there I just read out. I'm not sure I fully understand it. So please come and help us to understand that statement. Now I'm going to hand over to you now. God help me. Good evening, everybody. So if you want to kickstart us now, or you want to pass it on to the next person, it's up to you.
Let's pass it on to the pastor. Can't see the full name. The pastor. Good evening.
Pastor Gids.
Good evening,
Gibbs, good evening.
Nakoko. Good evening, FunmiRoyal.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Thank you. So yeah, we just wanted you to share your thoughts about secrets in marriage.
All right. So it's really been an interesting session this evening with Fumi. I actually said today I would do my very best.
Thank you.
So just for the very first time, you're welcome. For the very first time, just leave every other thing and just listen to her. And I must say, it's really an interesting time hearing her speak and doing justice to this topic, secrets in marriage. So for me, personally, I am against negative secrets in marriage, because I would classify secrets into two.
Okay.
Positives, the positive side and the negative side. So you touched on the positive side, something, for example, let's say preparing for a spouse, birthday surprise and stuff like that. For that short period of time, it's seen as secret. However, that is positive.
Okay.
But bulk of what I'm going to be speaking on today is going to be on the negative aspect, because in most times it is always the negative aspects that breaks home, that leads one into different form of pains, troubles.
Pastor, I don't think I'll break up with my husband if he threw me a surprise party. I don't think so.
Well, the truth is, nobody in any way would want anybody to keep any form of secret, whether it's positive or negative. They would always want them to tell me, at least tell me, and stuff like that. Which in most cases, it's not always it's not the case. For your husband, for example, now, do you know the kind of joy that would be in his face when he sees how surprised you are that the car he bought for you or the thing he gave to you, like, really? You know, there's a kind of feeling. My wife just completed her 30th birthday last month, October, and I got her a red car. The one they were just
what day
walking.
in October? Because I'm also October. I'm always looking for mates.
October 10th.
Oh, mine is 15, but it's okay. It's okay.
Okay. So she was very surprised. She had no clue about that. So the feeling I got from her face, that was very satisfying.
Yes.
So that's the positive part. Now, you give an example of the man who was diagnosed of terminal cancer and was unable to tell the wife because the wife
The mother passed. Yeah.
mother passed away. Now, whilst that is very painful, at that point, I believe it's going to be in the woman's best interest for the man not to add his own reports to the injury, because most likely the woman, it may now need to bury two people. It may not need to hospitalize the living person or one thing or the other if the wife is not the kind of person who can manage bad news.
Yeah.
However, such kind of I don't know the word secret for this. Such kind of diagnosis should not go for a long period. In most cases, when the demise of somebody, no matter how close the person is to you, the pain and everything would start to fizzle out maybe after 3 days, after 7 days.
Okay.
So anything longer than that now, the person is now able to manage themselves, is now able to at least eat food, watch something, laugh, visit people, talk to people, and do other things. So, and stuff like that. I believe at that point, the man can then tell the wife what is happening in that case. We're in a generation where marriages break for so many stupid reasons.
Oh my God! Don't get me started. Is it the toothpaste you want to start with?
So no, that's not even a secret. I'm talking about the real kind of secret.
No, I'm saying flimsy things that breaks up a marriage.
Yeah. So for something that you so whilst we are speaking, I thought I was going to say this. The truth is, there is no self-secret in life. What do I mean? Most secrets that may be classed as very bad, very negative, often involve another person for it to be classed secret. Okay. There is nothing I would want to do with myself that I can do with myself alone that I would say it's not something that I cannot tell my spouse or that my spouse cannot know.
I beg to differ.
I'm going somewhere now. Okay. Now, let's say I have had the opportunity to speak with a lot of spouses who sexually arouse themselves and stuff like that. That one is the one that only them do by themselves.
Okay, thank God you mentioned it yourself.
However, when we now start to say something about infidelity, it's now no longer the person.
No.
The case of the doctor that diagnosed the man of cancer is not only the man. the case of the woman building house in Nigeria or the man that is sending money for this one XYZ is now not only them. There is somebody else outside that is involved, that is knowledgeable about that thing. Now the thing now is, if a secret cannot be self-acclimatized, why not get the person that you come before the person naked, you are not ashamed.
Oh.
When you are in your us, the person is there. In your low estate, the person is there. Whatever thing that is happening to you, the person is there. I believe in most time, why there may be a lot of factors to bring into this. You've clearly mentioned some, the way secrets are managed, and I said something in the comment section. I said for the case where somebody is wanting to flirt with the woman and the woman is discussing it with the man. I said it's very interesting to have such conversation with one spouse when the spouse is calm and peaceful or thoughtful. I have seen situations where the woman regretted telling the husband that this guy just smiled at her or was flirting with her and stuff like that. The husband went and beat her.
Oh my goodness.
Now, if such kind of thing that happens, it's no longer going to be the fault of the woman to say, I am not going to let my husband know. Moreover, this is not a secret. It is only going to be a secret if the woman is now wanting to follow suit, wanting to fall in place with the person that is outside. That's when it will now become a secret. But at the point of the woman herself emanating from what the husband has done so far, that must not be the discussion at hand for them to laugh over. There are countless other discussions that could be involved with. So having said all this, generally I would disapprove of negative secrets in home, no matter how bad it will be. Look for a way to tell your spouse, because in most cases it is often more painful when the spouse needs to be the one to find out by themselves. And that is where the greater damage to homes come, when the spouse was the one who found out the truth. And in most cases, you will only see the spouse saying, but I asked you, but I was here with you all this while, but you saw me, but with this, but with that, why didn't you show me? Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? In most cases. But if it is something that the man or the woman just come clean to the partner, yes, there may be fights, there will be grievances, there will be anger, there will be whatever thing, but it won't get to the heights of what it will get to if the person was the one to find out. So I'm just going to stop here as my submission. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I think the next one that came up is it Yadish tribe?
Yudas tribe.
Yudas tribe, yeah. Hello. Are you there? Hi. Good evening. Welcome to the live.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we just want you to share your thoughts about secrets in marriage. I hope you were here at the beginning of the talk. Yeah.
Yes, I hear everything. I have not so much to say. My brother say a lot already.
Okay.
But one thing I can tell you, I hate that secret.
Okay.
I hate it. It is difficult in this time to find someone, especially if you want to marry, that you can trust them 100%.
Yeah.
I understand you have secret because you prepare something for a birthday or vacation. It's okay. But when it's coming about things that the other partner have to know, no matter what, tell him. or tell her.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, when the trust is broke, it's never gonna be the same.
Yeah.
So if you have a crystal glass is broke and you put glue, it's gonna be never be the same.
Yes.
So that's the reason I hate that secret. I have experience about that 2 times in a life. It's not only about in a marriage, sometimes in your friendship,
Yeah.
family, you know.
Definitely.
But it is difficult. It's only by grace I hope one day find someone that you can say, okay, it's bottom where is one person that I can trust, and the person trust her of him that you can continue. But this time, what we're living now is not easy. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That is all what I want to say. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for that. Yes, definitely. And I think we can move up to, is it Yogo say Mabi?
Ugo Simba.
Mab, okay. I can only see.
Good
Hello.
evening, Ugo
Are you
I
there?
hope you're there.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it seems like maybe she posted or she stepped out or he did. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, I mean, I agree with everything that's been said, but I also feel like sometimes it also depends on the reaction of the other person, because in a relationship, it takes time to build that trust and that foundation. And sometimes people might feel like, you know what, if I've told this person certain little things and their response has not been so positive, like they've not responded well with that, then in a way it's like there's a crack in the foundation already, isn't it? Because then you don't feel like you can open up about your vulnerabilities and things that concern you if the person then responds, like in the example that was given by pastor, was about, you know, a woman that, you know, disclosed about, or somebody smiled at me and then you got hit. I mean, it makes you then retreat into yourself and think, well, I can't share this anything with this person, because if I do that, I'm bringing
Trouble.
trouble to myself and the relationship. Or even, for example, like, you know, financial things, you know, if you just close to your you know, maybe about somebody and say, oh, you know what, I'm really struggling with this thing, and then their response is like, but you should be able to manage this. Honestly, that even that little sentence makes you just
Oh my
you
goodness.
close down. You know, you close down, and then you then don't want to share the rest of it. So I think there's equal responsibility that we should know that, you know what, our partners are going to tell us, sometimes going to tell us things that we might not want to hear, but we should always try and receive it in love, you know, with empathy, to actually listen and not be quick to just jump in. And because when we jump in and respond negatively, there's no way they're going to carry on opening up. So I feel like there's that responsibility that we must do, like, you know, that creating that emotional safety for both of you. And I think when you start a relationship, you have to start testing out these things, setting out those boundaries about, you know what, if I go out or I'm at work and someone, you know, laughs at me, can I tell you about it? Or someone tries to chat me up, can I tell you about it? You know, I'm lucky enough I can say I have a relationship where I can say that and we just laugh about it. Sometimes be like, oh, you know what, this person was just hounding me so much, yeah, I just gave my phone number and I blocked it. As soon as, you know, we'll be laughing. My husband will be like, shall I give him a call? And I'll be like, no, don't give him a call. You know, we just laugh about it. Or somebody was just talking to you and then we just laugh about it, because because we're so open like that, it's easy. But I think sometimes some people don't do that or don't even test it out. So when something does happen, it becomes very difficult. You know, secrets definitely. I mean, I believe in privacy. Certain things you don't need to share with your loved ones, in terms of, I mean, you don't need to share, because I feel like sometimes certain things, it might not be necessary, but you should be able to talk to them. If you choose not to, it's not bad, but you should be able to, like, talk to them about everything that happens to you in your day. It's not like, if you didn't tell them, as long as it's not going to affect them negatively, if you didn't tell them, it's not going to make them happy or make them sad. And if you forgot to tell them, it's fine. But maybe you might remember, so you know what, last week I forgot. You know, when I was out shopping, so and so bumped into me. It's not a secret. Or I saw so and so. I forgot. But because you have that open relationship where you talk about things, when you say that to the person, they probably think, oh yeah, she probably forgot, but now she's telling me, you know? Yeah. But if you never open up that kind of this thing, when you then tell them, like, I saw so and so, say he saw you last week at so and so place, and you're like, oh. Like, why didn't you tell me? And then the person's thinking, okay, if you're hiding that, what else are you hiding?
Exactly.
And then you make room for, you know, negative, and that's when the gap starts coming in, and that's when the enemy can attack your relationship, because when you then start mistrusting somebody, thinking, well, if you can't trust me this little thing, how are you going to be able to trust me with something else? You know, and then these thoughts, if you don't then have conversation about it and address these things, it's just going to fester and it's just going to cause long-term damage. So I always think that, you know, when things happen like that, it's good to talk about it and agree, you know. You know, I'm here. Anything, you know, let's talk about things. And I love the thing about you said about checking in. Check-ins are very important in a relationship.
Very.
Let's not get bogged down with, you know, work and everything else. We have to spend time on our relationship. Check-ins are important. How was your day? You know, how's things going? You know, you don't have to do it every day if you can't. It's, you know, but at least be intentional.
Exactly.
To check at least every, you know, few days. You know, how's this going? How's that? And sometimes you might even trigger the person's mind to tell you something because you're not checked in. But when you check in, that will trigger them to say, oh yes, you know, I forgot even to tell you so and so is actually asked me to come over, or so and so asked me to lend them some money.
Yeah.
You know, because these things sometimes it does come out of, you know, you forget.
It can be an out of sight, you know, situation. Yeah.
And
not that you are intentionally hiding it.
Yeah. You know, but when you check in regularly, it's gonna likely that you're gonna, and when you have that open communication where, you know, when you say something, your partner doesn't respond negatively, they're open and stuff. And even if they respond negatively, you're able to kind of, you know, will them back in, because sometimes certain things, you know, you want to hear. You know, we're not gonna lie. Let's not lie. You know, we are human beings.
I'm telling you, that's the truth about that. True.
That's the truth. You know, and I think if we accept that you know what, when you say certain things, somebody's gonna have a reaction. As long as they care about you and love you dearly, they're gonna have a reaction, and that's fine. Let them have the reaction and be like, you know what, actually, I'm not comfortable with this person at your workplace that you think, you know, is flirting with you. You know, I actually feel like, you know, you need to address it. I mean, what have you done about it? And I think that's fine, because in a way, I think then the person know that you actually do care. You know, I'm trying to protect our relationship. I'm trying to protect what we have, and it's not a bad thing. Do that, you know, and it's coming from a genuine good place. So I think then it works. So yeah, definitely. Okay.
Before we go to the next person, I'm gonna say this anyways, just to share, because like I said, we keep it real here. There was this person some years back before I even met my husband. He would come to my place of work then, and he was showing interest, but I always saw him as a big brother. And I saw him so much like a big brother, and the thought of me dating him, I just couldn't, you know, it wasn't just clicking. And after that, his older sister used to be my godmother, even at work. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't really escape this person. Well, I thought of it. It was so hard. So, but sometimes we could go for ice cream or we could go for, but I made it clear that I'm not feeling it because I just seem like big brother kind of a thing. And so big brothers are not meant to have girlfriends.
Well, not you as a girlfriend.
You know? And then, anyway, fast forward, he traveled out, life went on and all of that. So at some point when I met my husband, I was telling him of my past relationships and So when I mentioned this person, I said, well, we didn't date because I just saw him as a big, I mentioned this person's name. And guess what? My husband said, I think I know this person. And then along the line, I came to UK and I don't know how we bumped into him. And they were greeting each other before I could even greet. I'm like, what's going on here? You can imagine. And he said, we went to school together. I said, yay. If I'd not said anything. I said, this is my brother. I was talking to him. Imagine he saw me first and he just came and grabbed me. My brother would be like, who are you?
Exactly.
So what I'm trying to say, just based on what you said, that something could be an oversight or whatever, but it's always good to be open because you never know. That was years later, and look at what happened. and then we became best of family friends and all of that. So things happen, but don't deliberately keep secrets. It's not going to help. Yeah, thank you.
Definitely. I mean, like, yeah, definitely. Like things like, you know, you've been previously married or you got kids somewhere, you don't tell the person. I mean,
Oh my God.
where on earth do you think that secret is gonna disappear to?
The
Like-
day you offend somebody in your family, they will go and call your husband and tell you.
You know, like what is that about? Like you're just living in a delusional world. Like how can you think that's not gonna come out? You know, those things you definitely have to share. There's some things you have to definitely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So I feel we got Sergio.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask a question. I don't know if
Okay.
I can now.
Yeah, please, before we go to Sergio.
All right. So, whilst we're speaking, there was this Ghanaian movie that I recalled. I saw many years ago. So, this guy was an armed robber. Then,
Phone ringing. There's something.
Yeah, in the back.
yeah, can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah, better now. Yeah.
All right, so this guy was an armed robber who, in one of the operations, had to RAPE the victim, RIP the victim's husband,
Wow.
and went away with the money. So after many years, he repented, received the life of Christ and all that. And he fell in love with the many years ago victim's mom that he RAPE and RIP the dad. Wow. Now, all through the why, and the girl also genuinely loved the and all those things. On a fateful day, if I can recall this movie very well, the guy happened to find out that the person that he actually married, actually fell in love with, was the person that he did all these things to whilst he was in the world. Now, there's no day that passes by that the girl does not speak of how valuable the dad was to them, to her. I was instrumental in her upbringing and all those things, until the guy found out that this was the man, that he was the one that, in our Nigerian way, buy the man. In this case, what would you advise this man to do? Reveal the past to the wife to say, those times he was in the world, though, he was the one that by your father, RAP your mother. Or would you advise that he just swallow everything, bottle everything up, and let it be? Remember, we're talking about secrets in marriage, and this is a very crucial secret. What would be your advice?
For me, it might be a difficult response, but this is me. I know myself. If I found myself, if I was the man and all of that, you might say it's easier said than done. But you and I know, as a believer, the word of God does not encourage secrets, you know, keeping secrets, hiding things away. And that's why it talks about, you know, going to the elder if you've offended somebody, going to, you know, like the senior most person in the church. Look, this thing you realize, you know, if you can't remember that it was this same woman or nothing clicked, fine. It's up to you whether you disclose your past life or not. But the fact that you now know that this is the same person, you know, and knowing her, how she loved and adored you and all of that. So you've built a connection. But this thing is so grievous that it could actually break you up. Let's be honest. So there's so many ways you can, Mrs. Williams, good to see you. There's so many ways you can attempt to handle this, but I will not keep that secret any longer. Somebody else who is elderly, who is there to her, you might have to call them, you know, if you feel it's not something she might be able to handle, just two of you sitting in a space. So you need to be wise how you go about it, but it's something you have to confess. It's like a confession you need to make for the peace of yourself and for the safety of that marriage. Because if you don't, somebody else who knows the story somewhere, they will open that can of worm, and that it will even be more grievous to this woman. So either let it come straight from you, and if you feel she cannot handle that truth, find somebody she holds dear to her heart. Make sure this person is there. Whether you're going to prostrate, kneel down, just to show you're sober, you're a different person, because we all make mistakes. Even believers still make mistakes. You know, is how you present it that would matter to this woman. If you go with your arrogance, like it's an award you achieved, you know, you're not compassionate towards her feelings, you're not empathetic and all of that, you know she will not accept it well. It will not go down well, whether she's with this loved one or you're doing it by yourself. So personally, I will still have to tell this woman, and then you tell her how much you love her. Just like you said, when he was in the world, when he was wayward, when he was, that was in his past, which he's done, and he forever regrets it. If he's showing that he's remorseful and all of that, of course, the woman may even pass out. Shock. Because this is somebody I love who just told me something I hate. So mixed feelings, you know, it depends on how emotional she is. She may pass out. But by the time she comes to, she'll be like, if it's a dream, please tell me it's a dream. You might have to even repeat yourself again, which is even, oh my God, very difficult a thing to do. But in order for you to live an open, honest life in this marriage relationship, I would suggest you, it's risky. He can go to jail. He can serve time. But look, there's nothing like being jailed in your heart.
That's right.
I'm telling you,
from that.
it's hard. It may seem hard, but that will be harder if he doesn't say the truth. So the wife might say, in fact, immediately, just like what you said there, Pastor, he risks jail as well, family disaster and all. The whole family may not, this person, in fact, we still miss this person, the RIP, and all of that. He might have to go to jail. That is the consequences of actions.
That's right.
But the fact that he confessed it, he may get lenient. Instead of life imprisonment, they might give him a long sentence. And God help this woman, if he's truly in love, will stay, you know, go visit. I don't know what would happen. But the most important, you see, the truth always conquers.
Yes.
Truth will give you peace of mind. Truth will set you free. You know that. Bible says, you will know the truth and it will set you free.
Amen.
This man, in fact, if he dies in jail, he will make heaven. Do you understand? Rather than live a lie and he's not sleeping now, high blood pressure, he's feeling something sneaking in his heart. For how long?
Die. Die from the stress.
That is my own take. I don't know if anybody else wants to respond to it. So thank you. Mrs. Williams, I see you. That is my take.
Yeah. No, definitely agree. It's better.
Now said he wanted to speak.
Okay. Yeah, Yuda, come on. Please, let's hear you.
But you say directly, I can say that's right. Let me tell you that part what you're telling is a part of my story.
Oh. Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
So that's the reason I say in the beginning I hate that to be secret. Because before I walk in let me say, before the Most High called me to the light, I walk in the darkness. I do things that the light not can be there. But you keep secret. I'm telling you, when the Most High say it is over, it's over now. You can run, but you cannot hide.
No, not at all.
So that moment come in my life that I can tell you, I don't know at that moment by myself, like human being, you have to run. But I don't run. I go. I give to myself, to the policeman. I say, here I am.
Wow.
I'm guilty. But I risk all the consequence because I know what's going to happen to me. But I cannot run anymore. Then I go to the court. I know how much I'm going to have. But I say the truth. No matter what. Because that moment, that moment you don't know about. After I discovered that the Most High was working on me to show me, tell the truth. And then I can show you my side.
Wow.
So at that moment, I know that if I say everything I know maybe take more than 30 years. But no matter, I'm telling the truth. I risk the consequence and I have to pay for that. But because the moment that I tell the truth, the Most High give the grace by the church. They bring down the punishment so low that I was surprised. Everybody was surprised. How is possible? Since that time, I choose in my life, no matter what happened, tell always the truth. The truth gonna make you free.
Always, no matter how difficult.
So when I'm going to the light and you meet someone and you tell them the truth, before other people can tell them. So and that's happened too also. People can, do you know what happened? Blah 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 with him. He said, I know already because he told already the truth. No matter what. So take it or leave it. So I know both of the side. If when you keep secret, what's gonna happen to you? I don't like it. That's the reason I hate that. It is my contribution.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you for sharing that life story.
Wow.
It's not even a story, a life event, a life occurrence. And it just sits perfectly well with, this question Pastor Gids have asked. I mean, that is your answer. This is from a real life person who's gone through this thing. You thought it was a film. Sometimes you watch this film, you don't know it's a true life story somewhere because it's happened to someone somewhere. So this is a living proof that God is still, God. God can help you through. And if I perish, as Esther said. So even if you say the truth and they put you in jail or they say they will kill you, but you said the truth, like I said, the truth will set you free. That thing is gone off of you, is no longer on you anymore. So be free and be free indeed. Thank you so much again. Mr. Gids, I don't know if you have anything to say before we move on.
I was just replying to your puzzle on the on the comment section. Yeah. That's I like the responses given to that question. No matter what, look for every way to get the truth out, even if it's going to cost. Definitely, it will cost, but it will worth the cost. Thank you. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Thank you. Okay, now.
Okay, should we move on to Sergio? Are you there?
No, let's move on to the puzzle. I've just posted it.
Okay, go on.
Because of time.
Okay, so the puzzle the puzzle is, why did the man give his wedding ring to the church? Does anybody want to attempt it? You have to unmute and have an attempt.
Okay. So let them think about it. Maybe we can move on. At least the question is up there.
Yes.
Thomas, I see you. Sheila, welcome. Thank you guys for joining. I see you. Happy Thursday to you lot.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully, you have to encourage them. Let's take the live to 25K today. Guys, I know we can do it.
Yes, please. Can we keep tapping the screen? Yes.
Please.
Tapping. Tap. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so we can come back to the puzzle now that it's out there. We can have a sit and then we can come back. Okay, can we go to the Sergio? Are you there? Might not be there.
Yeah, he probably is. Sergio, you have to unmute. Who is the man? The man is the church goer, obviously.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Sergio.
How are you?
We're good. I'm good, thank you. And you?
I'm fantastic.
Good to hear that.
Yeah. Well, that was a touching story. I don't have much to say after that. I mean, obviously we have learned a lot from what he has shared. We just have to be honest with one another. We have to be transparent. Because when you keep the secrets, you're burdening yourself. You're not doing yourself a favor, but you're just destroying everything that you've tried to build. You know, so yeah. For now, I don't have anything to share.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank. I still appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Nah.
Yes. I don't see that name. Is it A13JA?
A13. Just call A13.
A13. I can't see what it is.
How
A13.
are you? It's been forever. I've seen him on my live because it's always I see him on videos and stuff. But welcome, A13. How
Good
are
evening.
you? I'm not sure whether he speaks English. I hope he speaks English correctly because sometimes they can type, you know.
Okay. All right.
A13, are you there?
Okay. Maybe.
Let's move on to the next person.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on then. Okay, we can come back. Oh, good evening. Good evening, Mrs. Williams. Hello. Good evening, Mrs. Williams.
Well, as well, she may even be at work, so if she doesn't want me to speak, we can. Yeah, so A13 is not English, but he loves to come and support, and I really appreciate that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
thank you so much, A13. Thank you for your support.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Williams, I'm not sure she'll be able to speak if she's at work, but she always comes to support as well. So, thank you. Oh my goodness. I feel blessed, really.
Yeah, so like, it's been said, honesty is the best policy. Keep yourself from the stress of having to keep the secret. I think sometimes people underestimate the emotional and physical turmoil that you put yourself into. And, if you don't have to, you can free yourself by just letting it out and trusting that honesty and that transparency that you are sharing with the other person will be received. When we receive it, when someone shares a secret with us or some vulnerability or something has happened to them, we receive it well, and we then can return that same favor. So
it's very crucial, really. Let's see if there's any other person there. Ugo, you were here before. I don't know what happened. I think maybe TikTok dropped you off. So I'll try to bring you back and hopefully see. Pastor Gids, I don't know if TikTok dropped you or you dropped off. I'm going to send that invite again. Let's see if you can come back up.
it's dropping off, isn't it?
Because sometimes the network might be.
Tapping the screen.
So let me post the puzzle again if somebody wants to attempt it.
Yes.
And please, if you're in the box and you want to try the puzzle, please feel free. Why did the man give his wedding ring to the church? I laugh in Christianese. Christiana, thanks for joining. I see you. You're welcome. I hope your day has been good. So, Mrs. Williams, I don't know if you can speak or you're on the move, you're on the go. Maybe a thumbs down or a thumbs up so that I would know. So, but she's not on meeting, so she might not be able to speak. Yeah, guys, today's topic, just like you see on the screen, is secrets in marriage. And I love the fact that Pastor Good said something about positive secrets and negative secrets. Whichever segment you want to break it into, as long as it's a secret. Okay, call came in. All right then. All right, thank you, sir. As long as it's a secret, we're not meant to keep secrets in a marriage. If it's a friendship, it's up to you. You don't have to share your secret with a friend. Even your family, extended family, is up to you. You don't have to share. But when you're talking about your spouse, and I love what somebody said, that you're naked with this person, you're not ashamed. What is the thing that you cannot share with this person? So really think about it. Can you not share, or you choose not to share? So it's up to you. If you want a marriage where there's true connection, you're open, you're honest with one another, I don't know why you would keep any sort of secret, whether it's safe secret or personal secrets or whatever secrets. Yeah, okay, your network is terrible because you're on transit. Oh, okay. I can see it's even still rolling to bring you back in. I don't know. I try to expand the box for whatever reason. I don't know. It's just giving me different expansion. Let me see. I don't know why I want to. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Speaker, music, background, voice effect. The thing is throwing her out. So the network is falling. His Majesty, thanks for joining us. I don't know if you want to share something. Please send an invite so we can hear your views about this topic. We're talking about secrets in marriage. Is it that I've forgotten how to expand this box? I don't understand. This TikTok. I know the button is right there, but I don't know why. Can you see now if you can see the function to expand the box?
No, don't know. Where would you say features or where is it?
It should be in the setting, but I don't even know. Let's see.
I don't know if I have the same setting as you.
I don't know. It's not coming up at all. I can see enhanced effects, guitar, music, voice sound. No, I think. There's a way it can even let you, I don't want to flip camera. I want to bring more people in.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
No, I'm looking, but I can't see anything.
Let me click on your one to see. It's not even bringing it up. Because when I press expand, it only just brings you to the bigger box.
When you go on settings,
I'll keep fiddling with it. Use the grid function. Yeah. As I said, it's always been easy. Okay, let me see. It's not even bringing it up.
no. Okay. Is there a request for people to come up?
Yeah, so that we have more boxes because I only have 6 boxes. There's a way I do it so that I have 8 boxes so that we can bring in more people.
Okay.
So, guys, if you want to attempt the puzzle, please feel free. Why did the man give his wedding ring to the church?
Does anybody want to give it a go?
Or please feel free to still comment. We've been talking about secrets in marriage as well.
Oh,
Secrets in marriage.
use the grid function. Pastor said.
Yeah, he said so. Okay, Pastor, how do I get to that grid function? Maybe I've forgotten. Oh, let me see.
It's been a while. I came on live on TikTok. Let me. So I think you'll find it under effect, not effect, under views or something. Then you see it where you say 6, 8 in boxes.
It always effect is. I don't want effect.
No, not effect.
I mean, I've always done 8 boxes. Not background, not boards, not that. Normally, once I click on, is it the 3 dots? It should bring it up, or it's. Let me see setting.
All right. Now Coco, I think you are a moderator. You can attempt it as well.
Yeah, maybe it's at your end. You might be able
What's
to.
supposed to go on? So which one am I supposed to press?
Sorry.
Well, what am I supposed to press? Where's the grid function? Where is it?
Okay. So it's been a while. Just give me a minute. Just a minute.
When you click on that 3 dots, normally it will give you that grid thingy. I can't see it anywhere. There's always one.
3 dots. So
Background, no. Sticker, no. Effect, no. Enhance, no. Anyway,
yes. So while we try to expand the boxes.
it's layout.
Oh
Yeah, but you keep saying the grid function. What do we press to get to the grid function? Because it's either I press enhance or more, but it's not there. to be the more and draw guests. Let me see.
Now people are dropping off, so I'm thinking, what's happening there?
No, he's not draw guests. He usually is there, and for whatever reason, maybe I need to go and wear my glasses. But let us not disturb the flow for too long.
Let's continue.
Yeah, so I think one or two people dropped. Let me see if I can bring other people. Guys, we've been talking about secrets in marriage, how secrets cannot really help marriage to grow, how secrets can actually break up marriage relationship. And we talked about, no matter how difficult it is, it will always be difficult because it's a secret, especially when it's not a good secret you're keeping from your spouse. You have to summon courage, face it head on, find the right time, be empathetic, be apologetic, and mean it truly because your spouse can tell. Find a way to let out this secret so you don't die with it. You don't kill yourself before death comes, so to say. Some people develop health issues because they're keeping secrets from their spouse. Some come up with anxiety overnight. Anxiety will lead to chronic panic attacks just because, it's too much. Your body is complaining, let this thing out so I can be free. And some people go into depression. Some even go into loneliness because they're disconnecting from their spouse. They don't want to share this secret. So it's from the guest. Okay. Oh, so it's the wrong button I've been clicking on. Okay. Don't mind me. Oh. Maybe it's tiredness. No, I don't know. Yeah, the gearbox, because that was what I was looking for.
Yeah. There you are.
There you go. Thank you for the experiment. Yay. Let me
Much better.
Wow.
There's the view layout of it, yeah.
Yes, thank you. I remember when manager was around, we would be struggling and be struggling. He would click something and say, okay, just let's leave it before everybody will vanish. But it's all good. Thank you so much. Thank you for your help. Yeah. Okay, it's from the guest, not the enhance or more. All right. Ugosi Mba, I really love to hear from you. So you can maybe type in because the network at your end is really poorly and it's kind of throwing you out. And I honestly really love to hear from you today. Today that you're even here, Pastor Gates, let me bring you back, except you're on another call. So guys, send an invite. Let's hear your views. Yuda, you're still there. Thank you so much once again for sharing your experience. Sometimes you might think you're afraid this can happen. Your spouse will leave you if you tell them the secrets. But you know what? You don't know how they're going to react. So you will have to still tell them first. Rather you tell them than your spouse hearing from somebody else outside. That is more grievous. That is going to be more painful because they'll be like, this is the person I sleep on the same bed with, we eat from the same plate, and you've hidden this from me. Now a stranger from outside is telling me. You can imagine how painful that would be. So it's better you face it head on by yourself before, an outsider will come and spoil the whole thing altogether. So let's be mindful. I think I managed to bring in His Majesty. His Majesty, you're welcome to Insight. And good to have you. I hope you're good. His Majesty, I hope you can speak where you are. We'd love to hear from you. We've been talking about secrets in marriage, we've tried to break it down as much as possible, but we know there's other aspects that we may not have covered. So we'd love to hear from you. What is your take about secrets in marriage? Do you think there's some secret that is acceptable to keep in marriage? Or do you think secret is secret, you just have to let your spouse know so that you don't keep having sleepless nights, because you're keeping whatever the secret is? So I don't know what your take might be. His Majesty would love to hear from you.
They're there?
He's there and his network seems pretty okay. Except maybe he can't speak where he is. So we'll leave him for now and go to the next person.
Mr.
Oh, you're here. Okay, he said he's here. So please unmute and let's hear your take on this topic. Oh, he's on a call, he said.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else then, yeah.
Okay. I think that's Mr. Jaden. Are you there? Good evening. Are you able to share your thoughts with us?
Oh, Mr. Jaden, how are you?
Yes, I am. Okay.
Yes. So you have to unmute to speak so we can hear you. Let's hear your views about secrets in marriage. Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think indifferently? What's your take about it? You have to unmute though, because we can't hear you.
Yeah, seems like.
Yeah, I tried unmuting, but I don't know. The thing is just frozen there. Mr. Jaden, can you speak where you are? Oh, your English is not good. It doesn't matter as long as we can understand you. Or maybe if you want to type it in so I can read it out. Do you think secrets should be allowed in marriage? Or do you think it shouldn't?
In some circumstances, that's it. You never know. Some people might think that.
Yeah. Oh, it's hard. I don't want to hurt my spouse. So let me just hold it in. You know, sometimes we give ourselves some reasons. We say excuses are for failures. Okay, he dropped off. I guess, yeah, maybe.
Talk ourselves into not telling because it's the easier option. We want to avoid the hard conversations, you know? Avoiding the hard conversations. And I think that's another thing in the marriage. You have to learn to have hard conversations.
When we're talking about communication.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, His Majesty. You're welcome to Insight.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Good evening.
Okay, I saw the topic, secrets in marriage. I think it's a very deep topic from my end.
Yeah.
Because let me use myself as an example.
Okay.
If my wife cheats on me and I don't know, I think I'll prefer her to just keep it. So if she wakes up one day and wants to tell me, she wants to confess, she has a secret and she eventually tells me, I think that's the end of the marriage. So I think I'll prefer her to just keep the secret. Like, let your secret be secret.
Wow.
There are some situations like that. That secret just has to die as a secret.
I had to look
Yeah,
for
just to let peace reign. So there are some secrets I would also keep and not want my wife to know. So they won't be trouble in the nearest future.
And you're sure you're going to have peace of mind.
Yeah, there are some secrets that you know it can come out anytime. That kind of secret, you need to look for a way to bring your wife into it. So when it is out there, you are safe. Yeah, and there are things that I don't consider a secret, but I've seen other people think it's a secret, like you have to keep it.
For example, I love to hear.
Okay, like me, I'm a very playful person and I'm a free thinker. I play a lot. Like if I'm at a party and girls are with us, I can tell my wife, hey, I hear there are girls, blah, blah, blah. But I see some of my friends, they don't even want their wife to know that this table they are sitting, there's a girl on that table too.
Oh, wow.
Because they believe she's going to explode, it's going to turn to a huge fight, like probably they are cheating. But me, I will say it freely. I'll even do a video call and show you the girls, like, I'm here, blah, blah. So things like that to me,
Wow.
I don't think it's a secret.
Well, there should be more men like you or more women like you because I'm thinking.
That's why I said from my own perspective.
Okay. Wow.
Some secrets don't have to be secret if you want peace. But if you know it can come out anytime, look for a way to drag your partner into it.
Well, how would you know?
Save yourself.
How would you know?
Yeah. There are some that you can weigh how long it's going to last before it bursts. There are some that you can actually weigh the nature of the type of secret.
I think it's Majesty, you're speaking codes.
No, let's say for instance.
The baby is coming. The baby is coming 9 months. So you got 9 months.
God bless you. Thank you. And you know that? Okay, like, let me tell you a story. There was a man, like, he had another wife in another state entirely, like a state that he has to drive 6 hours before he gets there. So he has, like, another family there, a wife with 2 kids there. And he has been doing this thing successfully for, like, 7-8 years from his wife at home.
Wow.
But God so good, one day he went to visit his family, and a neighbor had a guest all the way from Lagos also that was their neighbor in Lagos too. I was like, I knew this man, is my neighbor in Lagos.
Hey.
So she saw him, but he didn't see her. Then when she came, she started broadcasting it to people. Hey, she's surprised. This man has a family somewhere also.
Exactly, Sergio. What
And
if
she
someone
kept saying it till someone came back to tell the wife. And they were on his tail till he got busted.
Wow.
So for my own kind of person, I want to say, me, I don't have the guts to do that. If eventually somehow I impregnate another woman, I'll just look for all possible ways to let my wife know, because I can't be hiding from my shadow for long. Like, how long like if I do?
Exactly. Now you're nailing it on the
That's
head.
why I said there are some kind of secret that you need to just open up before it causes bigger problem. When you open up and it's causing a bigger problem, you just have to own up for your mistake. Like, you have to own up and man up, like, okay, you caused it. You try your best, but if she doesn't want to understand, then you don't have a choice. You still have to bear your consequences.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, because we like to keep it real and break it down for people listening. We don't want to mislead anyone, and we lay it bare as it is, but it's their choice, whatever they still decide to do. You can hear all we are talking about on Insights today and still decide to keep the secret. Is up to you. But you and I know, as they say, one day for the owner, every day for the fever. So rather, Sergio was asking His Majesty that what if someone tells you the secret? Because like we all agree that when you hear the secret from outside, from a third party, it feels more. It's more painful than when you face it head on and face your spouse and just tell them whatever the secret is. Because secret, is it really secret? You might be keeping it. It involves somebody else or something else. That thing, you don't know them that much. They would let things out. It could be that they tell a friend who knows a friend who come and know your wife, and it's out. You can only do that. I mean, after many years, these things have a way of coming out. And then if it doesn't come from you directly, it's going to be more painful, you know? I can't imagine a spouse, now you watch all this film on Netflix or wherever, when you're just going one afternoon, maybe you're going for lunch, and you just walk past this store and you have to reverse back. Is this not my husband with this woman? You walk back, you reverse back again just to be sure your eyes are not deceiving you.
What are you doing there?
And then no, you just be like, your husband, maybe just a colleague or something. And then open it up to say, hi, honey, and it's shaking. All of a sudden it becomes jelly. Then there's something. Or if it comes and gets up, say, oh my dear, oh, you're passing here. Oh, meet my colleague or meet whoever. If it's not that free, even some men can be crazy like that. They'll be bold and just, find a way to just be bold. They'll bamboozle you. You even be confused yourself. But what am I trying to say? Things have a way of coming out. Because secrets, are they really in your control? It might be in your control for so long, but these things have a way of coming out, whether in a good way or in a bad way. It just have its way of coming out. So that's my own take anyway. But thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for that.
When it's gonna come out, you have to take control of it. You take control of it rather than it taking control of you.
Yeah, the best situation is not to have secrets. Yeah, I mean, that's the best. I don't want to have sleepless nights. How many hours am I getting of sleep that I will now add that one on top again?
Maybe I should add this at this point.
Please.
Like we earlier said, one of the reasons that would make a spouse hide the information of somebody wanting to flirt with them outside, in most cases, is simply because of how they have grew or how they have come to understand their spouse, on how their spouse would manage such information.
Okay.
I don't know, for my brother who said it's better for the wife not to tell than to tell. I know you've already done justice to that to say, will you also prefer to hear it from outside and all those likes? Now, if we should do deeper audits on this case scenario now, if the woman is willing for whatever reason to share, I believe it's something that should be of interest to us to say, okay, it could have happened for whatever reason. Was she coerced to do it? Was she forcefully laid on? Was it by consent or was it not by consent? Was it for whatever reason at all? So that is why I always tell people that whilst I know it is very, very difficult, sometimes be patient to hear the full story. It's very, some people like the way some people do to their children when their children just want to tell them something before their children lands. And don't meet them.
Cut them off.
You cut them off and stuff like that. Now, doing that repeatedly, you are simply telling the person, next time, don't come to me next time. I don't want to hear. Look for how to let it out next time, not to me or go somewhere else. So if we keep doing our spouses this way, whilst the thing is eating them deep, they have this understanding that their spouse cannot handle such thing. So that's why it is important for every one of us to keep on building ourselves. Keep on building ourselves. And just to round it up, since we're looking at the aspect of infidelity, I made a video I think last week, and I said nobody cheats by mistake.
Good one.
Let me find my laughter.
I'm not giving. So now, in whichever way you want to look at cheating, you can't just be going on the streets and all of a sudden, as a woman, the manhood of a man enters you, or it just flew in the air and just gummed your body. It does not happen. Maybe it happens, but
never see.
Miracle.
maybe it's true. Maybe
I've
it
heard
happens,
another one today.
but now we are just the ones who have not seen it yet or heard about it yet. So whenever we say infidelity or cheating, it is always premeditated on. You plan the place, you plan the cloth, the wear, you plan your mind, you do this one, you plan everything before you actually get it done. If it's going to be your boss at work, or in most cases, every boss at work would always show advances. So you understand that, okay, this person is XYZ, has been doing this kind of thing XYZ so far. What has been your response to it? Are you falling in it? And the fault of so many people is they think they can handle it. We've seen scenario where you hear the spouse say, that's not they say that's not the problem. I can handle it until it gets out of hand. So cheating is not by mistake, it is premeditated on. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank God it's coming from a man and he's put it out there. And of course, women cheat, don't get me wrong, but some men, let me not generalize, some men feel it's a right of a man to cheat. Get over it. But thank you. You sound to me like someone who loves a spouse and you're considerate of their feelings and how they will react. So it's always good to consider our spouse. I remember one of my pastors will say that, infidelity, that thing that you as a man, you're struggling to unbutton your belt. That thing did not tell your head that what you're about to do is wrong. Stop. He said you manage, you unbutton the belt, you zip down before you even pull the trouser, you do. Nothing is telling you this thing you're about to do is wrong. Say, no, please don't tell him that, So thank you for putting that out there. And let us just be mindful. We've signed a lifelong deal with our spouses. What that you will not like if your spouse does it to you. Please don't do it to your spouse and say, oh, because they have an open heart, they're very forgiving, they're this, they are that. You take them for granted. That's why sometimes such spouses, when it hits that thing for them, they won't look back. You're gone. and you know they're valuable in your life, you will lose on every angle. So best face that thing head on, face the consequences, and hopefully you'll get over it in time, rather than they finding out from outside and you're now blabbing, start speaking in tongues, and but God help us all, really. God will help us. Yeah, Ma?
I would say also, if you're somebody who wants to unburden themselves to a partner, and their actions and stuff, or they told you, I don't want to know what it is, because that can be very difficult. You're ready to share, and the person is telling you they don't want to.
My phone now.
It can be very difficult because then you can't unburden yourself. I would say
Close eyes. Okay.
support somewhere. Find somebody who you can speak to.
Go to a therapist. Go to a counselor.
Yeah, speak to somebody and seek that, and because that one unburden you, and maybe you can find a way to then readdress and go back to your partner. So I would say it's important to help.
Yeah. Thank you for adding that. Thank you.
Good evening.
I'm not sure she heard you.
Good evening, Benita. Are you there?
Benita, good evening. How are you today? Thanks for joining us. We want to hear you. What's your take about the topic? Can you speak?
No, she'll be fine. She'll be fine. No, I don't think anything is wrong with her. I've given her that mixture. I can't give her paracetamol.
Oh, Benita, we can hear you. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Good evening,
I hope the
everyone.
child is okay, or whoever it is okay.
Yeah, it's just my daughter.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my first time here.
You're welcome.
I just thought I should join. And see what's like. Oh, thank you very much. Just on I'm on live. Yeah, I've been listening to, though I wasn't following because of my daughter distracting. I tried to put her to sleep, but always coming out to say, "Oh, I want to read, I want to have headaches." Excuse not to go to bed early. So I wasn't really following.
Okay. Topic, do you want me to say, or based on the topic, you might have something to say? Secrets in marriage, if it's a good thing. I always give a talk, and then I ask one question to keep us starting the conversation. So are couples meant to keep secrets in their marriage?
No, like between themselves, like from each other, or just keep it like as a
from
family
themselves,
secret?
From husband and wife keeping secret from husband keeping secrets from wife.
Oh, no.
How long is she sleeping there?
2 hours.
Did she sleep?
Yeah, she did. Sorry. Yeah. So no. I don't think that it's good. It's not ideal for secrets to be kept, because marriage is a union. When the husband and wife gets married, they become one. So keeping secrets from each other, I don't. It's like living with a stranger. So someone you don't rely on, or you don't think that you call something secret. You don't think that they should know what you are hiding. I don't know. Shouldn't be called your partner as per marriage partner. It's like maybe housemates, because if you feel that whatever you want to say is not safe, it's just like not trusting the person. Except there are some secrets that women call secrets. There are some things that, okay, when it comes to like money or finance, you don't want to tell them how much, like everything you have. Because maybe you've seen that some information you relate to your partner, well, if you know who your partner is or how they manage informations, you might not want to tell them everything as it is, because I won't call it secrets. It's just like trying to manage potential, crisis, rather than calling it secrets. If you know that this person reacts some sort of way when you reveal certain things that are meant to be true to the person, and it will cause, crisis instead of, peace. So you just rather know how to manage and go about telling the person the thing rather than saying the whole thing as it is. I don't know. I wouldn't call it secret, but it's just like understanding each other and knowing how to, people manage informations and how to relate to them. But
That's
secrets
another
as per big,
mystery.
big secrets, I don't think is ideal. No.
Oh, thank you.
It's be like gossip partner. Everything should be spoken and be open. Openness, integrity. Should be in marriage, because if the person on the long run finds it out somewhere or somehow, because nothing is hidden, it might just be hidden for a long time, but one day it will come out somehow, then the trust will be broken, and you don't want to be living with somebody who will always question whatever you say or your moves, your actions, or going to find out, dig out, or not even having peace sleeping, knowing that, oh, there's something she's hiding or he's hiding. Because for me, for someone like me, if I find out one thing, every other thing you do is questionable to me. I'll be looking for the ones that you've not even said to me before. Like, oh, how many more have you lied about? Oh, have you lied about this one? Have you, it's just like a
Question
broken
everything.
trust. Yeah, it's hard.
When trust is broken, you become paranoid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Paranoid about everything. Yeah, that's not healthy for anybody. Yeah. Thank you for
I
sharing.
can hear you're feeling good yourself. Benita, thank you. I can hear that you're sounding a bit under the weather, but I hope you get well soon. But thank you so much for your contribution and even stopping by Insight. Thank you so much. God's girl, how are you doing? I can see you there. Send an invite. Let's hear your take about this. And like we say here on Insight, I'm gonna hand over to you now. It's not if you're planning to get married, if you're engaged already, if you're in that relationship, these are things you need to be part of. These are talks we need to be part of, because we learn. It's better you build yourself before you go into that marriage and know what to expect and know how to communicate and know questions you can begin to ask your husband to be, your wife to be. We'll be leaving now. God bless you. Oh, thank you so much, Pastor. God bless you. Coming back on Monday for our general talks as well. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your stopping by. God bless you. Have an amazing weekend. God bless. What was I saying? So it's not just for married people. I know we're talking about marriage relationships today. If you're the type you're even thinking to get married someday, these are things you need to start thinking about. When all those butterflies are still in your tummy and all of that, just ask the person you're dating, are you going to be keeping secrets? Or what is the rule when we get married? Are you going to be keeping secrets, or are we meant to be, just talk, general talks, apart from what do you like, what's your color, how many children do you want to have, and things like that. There's some deep talks we need to engage in, your blood type, your genotype, and all of those things. Talk about it before you walk down that aisle. Because for us, our belief is the moment you walk down that aisle, there's no looking back. You have picked this person out of every woman you know. You have picked this man out of every man you know to do life with. And you have to go all in, all in. No secrets, whether good or bad, whether positive or negative, no secret. Because this person, like one of us said, you're going to be naked with them and you will not be ashamed. So what is that secret you think, they may not understand all this or whatever that. So it's best to lay everything down, talk about it. Sometimes, the shock might make them react in a certain way you're not expecting. You'll be open with their, reaction, because the way we all react to things are different. Be there to support, be compassionate. Don't say, after I've told you the secret, get over it. No, such talks will not help. So thank you guys for all your contribution. Now, I'm coming back to you. I'm not sure whether we have any new person in the box.
I don't have any new person on, and I don't know if anybody wants to try. I guess today we're not getting no takers for our puzzle. Why did the man give his ring to the church?
Why? Nobody wants the gift. I love my donuts, guys, but I don't mind sharing. But if you don't want it, it's all right. I'll just eat it by myself. Why did the man give his wedding ring to the church? There's a reason why. I don't know, His Majesty. Do you want to attempt? Maybe I'll put people on the spot now. If not, don't worry, I'll bring you back next week. It just gives you more time to go and do your homework. That's it. And come back and win the gift. His Majesty, you're still there. I've been cracking my head. It's not coming. Oh, Benita, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you get well soon. Okay, so it's not coming. So I'll give you a whole week till next Thursday, and we'll see whether you come up with an answer. Why did the man give his wedding ring to the church? There's a reason, in fact, very important reason why he did. So we want to know. We want to know. So you can get the gift for today. Okay, let's see. Yes, fingers crossed. Thank you, guys. I can see the likes going up. 16K likes so far, so good. Thank you all so much. I don't know if there's anyone sitting in the box. You have one or two things, to share concerning this topic, secrets in marriage. Otherwise, we'll just be about rounding up for today.
Okay.
Yeah, is it you that who's talking? Somebody, I thought I heard a man's voice. Okay. So now I think we might have to call it a day for today. All that has been shared, I want to believe people, especially on people on the FY page listening, please go and reflect on it. Like I always say, I will try in a few days, I will try to repost, especially the talk, so that you can listen, and then, I can only post 1 hour long. So go on my YouTube channel, FunmiRoyal, as well, and watch the full thing from the beginning to the end. Watch the full thing and, try to reflect some more. How can you live a better life? Just tell this secret so you can sleep well. Tell this secret so you can have peace, Face the consequences, whether hard, whether painful, just face it. You will be better for it in the long run. I know some secrets have been spilled that has broken up marriages. I know, no doubt about it. But you will be better for it. And I've heard of people who split up because of whatever secret, and some years later they still came back together to become husband and wife again. So things can happen. Face it head on. Know yourself. And for your peace of mind, just let it out. And God helping you, it goes well. Your spouse, over time will get over it eventually and heal, and then, find their way back to you. So let's be hopeful as well. But keeping secrets, all that we heard today is not the best. We've heard that, from every submission, literally every submission. So we wouldn't encourage, keeping secrets in that marriage relationship. This is your person, your personal person. Tell them everything, anything, and all will be well by the grace of God. So now, I don't know if you have one final word or statement or something to share with us before we go.
Let's just keep, being open, transparent, and want the best for ourselves and our loved ones.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, His Majesty Sergio. Thank you for stopping by. Yuda, good to see you, my brother. And now, in fact, you're making me love having a moderator. My head is swelling. Thank you. I'm getting used to it gradually. Thank you all so much for your contribution. I really, really appreciate everyone. And we'll be coming back again Monday, 8 p.m., where I talk general talks. I'm not going to tell you what the topic is, but you find out when you come here on Monday next week, 8 p.m. UK time. By the grace of God, I'm going to love you and leave you. Have an amazing weekend. Be good. Look after yourself. Look after your spouse. Live life, and just be merry. And I pray that this year will end for us, in praise by the grace of God. And if you're the type, probably before this topic, you've even told your spouse a secret and it's broken something in there, just hang in there. Give them time to process it. Give them time to heal from it. and hopefully they will find their way back to you. Just be patient with them and love yourself as well. It's not the end of the world. At least you've let it out. Be strong, be courageous. Above all, self-love, self-care. Okay, it's not the end of the world. Thank you guys so much. I will see you next week, Monday, by the grace of God. Have an amazing time. God bless you. Oh, thank you for the hug me. Thank you. Thank you, Benita. I hope you feel well soon. Thank you. His Majesty. I'll see you soon. Sergio, God bless you, though. Thank you, Na. Mwah.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Good night. Good night, everyone. Bye, Benita. Oh, inside. Thank you, guys. Inside.